What is going on, YouTube? This is Evan back with another Volvo C30 update. So, I've made a ton of progress on the car since the last video, which I think at this point was several months ago now. And I just figured I would update you guys on the car, how it currently sits, and some of the stuff that I've done over the past few months, as well as some of the things that I plan on doing in the coming months and hopefully before the end of 2024. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, some of the things that I've done over the past couple of months since you guys have seen the car last, I'll start at the front of the car and then work my way back. So, first off, the bumper is now back on. Unfortunately, because there were some missing clips and stuff, I did have to do some zip ties to hold it on, and it actually still doesn't totally line up correctly because it's kind of bent up. So my goal in the next year or so, they're pretty hard to find, but I would like to find a uncracked and whatever R design front bumper because I really love how they look. I this one is pretty much not able to be fixed. The upper section could be, but the lower lip is totally cracked up. So we'll see. Next up, I kind of cleared up the headlights a bit. They were pretty rough, so cleared them up. New bulbs in them. Fixed the front grille. Still missing the R Design badge on that. Unfortunately, these have leaked. I did put LEDs in them, but they leaked somehow. So I'm gonna replace these with the sequentials soon. This guy is silver, but at some point the other one was lost or something. So I did order a new R Design mirror cap. As you can see, tints with the bird shit on them. But I did get window tints today actually, and I think it turned out quite nice. I got 15% in the front and 5% all the way around in the rear. Just because it is a hatchback, I didn't want people to be able to see in the hatch and see if I had anything. So yeah, it looks really nice. I think it turned out very well, and you literally can't even see in there, and you can see me. So that was the goal. See what else. The interior has been drastically changed since you guys last saw it. So I did do a black headliner. It is a faux suede material that I got on eBay, and it turned out very nice. Special shout out to my wife for her help with it because she is very crafty and good with that sort of stuff. So I appreciate her helping me because it turned out way better than I could have ever imagined. Did a glove box delete. Just kidding. I took it out to route the boost gauge stuff and haven't had time to put it back in. Also, I still need to wrap both A pillars and then put the mirror wiring cover back on. I did swap out the mirror for the one with the compass and the auto dimming. Huge plus. I don't know that I could live without that feature anymore. Other than that, just the steering wheel, and then of course the boost gauge, which you can maybe see in there. But other than that, nothing else has really changed on the interior of the car. I did get floor mats, which is cool, just to help protect the OEM carpets. But that's pretty much about it. And then let's go ahead, go up front, and take a look at the engine bay. I apologize for the mess, but yeah, so you'll first notice that I now have a front strut brace, which is awesome. This is the OEM 25 millimeter strut brace, so it's the larger size. Highly recommend, even on a car with the crappy stock suspension that's, however many years old at this point, 15 years old. It totally transformed the feel of the car. So highly recommend. Boost gauge was routed. Didn't reinstall this cover here just because I think it is a bit easier to work on without it. But yeah, boost gauge is teed off. Went back to the stock over the engine pipe just because the engine one sucked. Do not recommend it at all. I know hot air intake, whatever. Yeah, the ECU mount right now is drastically. Just ignore this. This is totally temporary because the yeah, this is just zip tied on right now, unfortunately, until I can build a proper ECU mount or buy one. But don't worry, I don't drive the car that much, so it's fine like that for just a little bit until I can do that. But that's pretty much it. Engine runs perfect, which is awesome. Couldn't be happier with that. So stoked for that, and that's pretty much all for the C30 that I've done in the past few months. It drives awesome. It seriously does. I mean, there's clunks and stuff, but it's awesome. I freaking love this car. All right, so the last part of the video. What plans do I have for the car in the coming months? I actually have quite a bit planned, but it probably won't be anything major over the next few months. My wife and I are actually about to embark on a major kitchen slash first floor remodel of our home, and that's going to be a several month long process because we're doing all the work ourselves and then having family help us out as well. So because of that, I really won't have any time to dedicate to the C30. So also, just extending on that, I won't be doing any of the major things that I have planned anytime soon. It'll be at least probably 3 or 4 months before these plans can start to manifest and take place. But what do I have planned? So, um, really, at this point, the only things that I really want to do to the car are suspension related. So I've already got the full bolt on, intake, downpipe, and intercooler big boost piping kit. Um, so with that, I do plan on doing a custom catback exhaust soon. I've been experimenting actually with a valved exhaust system that I would have built custom for the car. I purchased an exhaust valve that I've been kind of experimenting with. So my plan is to have a valved exhaust that you could either be a straight pipe or through a muffler, to have kind of a both best of both worlds sort of deal. So that's what I've got planned for the exhaust, and after, or sometime in within that, I plan on doing a full suspension refresh. That's really the only other thing besides a tune that I would like to do to this car, at least for the foreseeable future. And so with the suspension refresh, some of the things I've got planned. So of course I just got the front strut brace, huge upgrade, absolutely love it. But up front, everything is stock except for the front tie rods on both sides, the inner and outer. So I'll be doing new control arms as well as new struts and shocks as well, both front and rear, of course. So control arms probably just going to go with the OEM ones. I currently don't have any desire to do any sort of poly bushing or anything like that. But for the actual struts and shocks and springs and everything, more than likely going to go with the Bilstein setup. I'm eyeing the Bilstein B12 or B14, I think it is, one of those two. Not really after anything adjustable. The Bilstein B12, I think it's the B12 Pro Kit, gives a fixed 1.5 inch drop, which is probably about what I'm looking at. You're talking, kind of tucking right on there. So that's kind of what I'm after, I think. I don't need anything crazy slammed or whatever. And in the future, if I would like to do that, then I will change those out. But yeah, so Bilstein V12, more than likely all the way around. In the rear, I've already got actually. I ordered them for the S40 and never ended up putting them on. I've got rear adjustable toe and camber arms, so the rear will be getting those, and then I will also be doing new rear control arms, and then of course the springs and shocks with the Bilstein kit as well. Um, I don't really think there's anything else other than, actually, I do take that back. The front sway bar end links, I will be getting adjustable ones of those, probably the white line kit, because the little drop will affect that. And then also for the rear, I do already have a Racing Beat rear upgraded sway bar. Unfortunately, though, that did come on the car. Unfortunately, the bushings on that are just totally shot, and the paint on that is actually flaking off, and it's starting to get some surface rust built up. So my plan with that is to put all new bushings on that, and then also when I have it off, sand it down and paint it probably just black to match the front strut brace. And so that'll be the same upgrade there. So I think that's all that I have planned. Don't hold me to that. The only other thing that I can think of immediately is wheels. The wheels now are fine to the OEM wheels, and I think they look nice. They're just kind of beat up, so they don't look the nicest. Um, but they get the job done for the time being. And these tires are brand new. They're Century tires. They're not the best, but they're pretty good for what they are. So at some point, more than likely, I'll be painting these wheels just so that they all match and look uniform. And then I will get new wheels, definitely something a bit wider. These are 7.5, and I'm looking at either an 8.5 or a 9. So I'll get some wider wheels on there and beefier tires, and then these will just end up becoming winter wheels and tires. And I'm thinking for the new wheels that I'll get, I'll probably get either a summer or a performance tire, one of the something in that range. Probably the Continental uh, Pro. I can't even think of the name, but just something that's more for like summer driving, and then that way these can just be my winter tires and wheels. So yeah, that is all. So thank you guys so much for watching the C30 update. Sorry if I just kind of babbled on. There's a lot going on with this car right now, but it's coming together, and I'm so excited with how far it's come, and I can't wait to take it out to meets this summer and show it off to people because this seriously is like an awesome piece of Volvo history. These are like pretty much forgotten about and super rare at this point. So excited to get it out and kind of get it back together and save it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.